Heyo everybody, Haku here with this week's live reaction bingo for One Piece chapter 1157. I'm so excited. I was so excited I almost forgot to do the bingo card generator, so I just did that. I cannot wait. I guess, this one, I saw the title when I clicked on the chapter. It's like the famous bar or the legendary bar or something. So I guess maybe we'll be focusing on the upbringing of Loki and maybe Loki and Hyradine being raised in or around Ida's bar. So maybe that's what we're getting into. I didn't know how much longer, like last week or the week before last when we had last chapter. I thought at that point maybe we were setting up to like kind of finish off, learn whatever big incident that Rox was a part of. But we didn't really get that last time. We still continued with Rox forming as pirates. And from here, I guess we still need to continue. I was going to say maybe now we just focus back on Loki and the rest of Loki's upbringing, but that's still going to connect to the Rox stuff because Rox still needs Harald for whatever. And Harald's death is going to be like this big important thing here at the end. We still haven't seen why he tears his horns out. We kind of know what we were told about why, but we haven't seen the full details of it, so there's still a lot for us to learn here. And so honestly, this intro might be a little bit on the longer side because it's time for everybody's favorite game. It's time to play Cooked or Cooking, because there are so many theories that I have or theories that I've seen and have thoughts on that I want to discuss just in case anything gets shown in this chapter. So I want to do a little bit of discussion before getting in. Also, as One Piece fans, we have just been spoiled. The scans for this came out a little bit early, so I'm excited about that. I've been so hyped. Because I guess they came out a little early because this wasn't an Oda break, right? This was like a holiday break for Jump, I think. But we got this a little bit early. We got the trailer for live action season 2, and it looks incredible, actually. We got a new opening and ending, and the new opening is possibly the best One Piece opening. I don't know. It's maybe too soon to say best or anything, but it is so incredibly good. I did a reaction to the opening and ending, and I'm planning, after I record this, I haven't had time to edit that, so after I record this, I'll go edit, render, upload that, then I'll edit, render, upload this for patrons and members. So, as usual, these videos I will do as soon as I get a chance to cover the scans and put them up for patrons and members. So if you want to be a patron or member, you get these One Piece videos a little bit early. And then it'll go up publicly for everybody once the official translation's out, just because I don't want to be part of spoiling anybody. But yeah, I wanted to just mention the opening and all that. So I'm going to have to try to collect my thoughts and try to remember all of the different things that I wanted to talk about regarding the things that we've seen. First up, last week's chapter, I didn't realize it until I was like editing and stuff, and I was like, I probably should have realized that. I was like, oh, could Kyo be related to this or that? He has a big X-shaped scar. I don't think I said it in my reaction. He has a big X-shaped scar on his chin. He has X's in the lenses of his sunglasses. With the X's everywhere, is there any chance whatsoever that we are continuing Nepo Peace and he is related in some way to Diaz Drake? I wouldn't say grandfather because I don't 100% remember what Diaz Barrels looks like, but there's a chance he could be his grandfather or maybe related to Drake's mother or something, so that could be a neat connection. Also, there's a chance it looks like he might have had the fruit that Arouge now has, because Arouge's fruit, the way it works is you take damage and then convert that damage into a power buff, and we've seen Arouge grow big and everything, and it looked like Kyo was like this small guy with this cloak on and everything, and then he gets kicked and then he goes all big and muscular. So maybe it's a different fruit or something else that he's doing, or maybe he has what is now Arouge's fruit, so that means we would need to know when in the past, few decades did Kyo die, and the fruit made it to Arouge and all of that. That leaves us with more thoughts there. So I wanted to bring that up because that's something that I missed. Last chapter we saw directly that Gloriosa isn't yet in the Rox Pirates, but we know that by the time the God Valley incident happens, Gloriosa's there, Gil Bastar is there, the guy with the claws is there, so we still need to see at least the three of them join up with the Rox Pirates, since they were at the God Valley flashback. Then also, I thought at the God Valley flashback, didn't somebody say, oh, we're after 2 prizes here? And in last week's chapter, Rock said he was after 2 devil fruits. Were those 2 devil fruits on God Valley? If so, we know that they took 1 devil fruit from there. We know that they took Kaido's fruit from there. And Rock said that one of the fruits won't show its true power unless Harold eats it, and Harold has the blood of an ancient giant. One of the theories that I had been having for a bit is Kaido made a big deal about, oh, I'm an Oni, Yamato's an Oni. Also, some of Kaido's other crewmates had horns. There was Black Maria had horns, Ulti and Page 1, and we know that Ulti and Page 1 were raised by Kaido after their parents died. So are they maybe people who have ancient giant blood, and maybe what the Onis are people like humans who have ancient giant blood, and they are much like Loki and Harold are giants who had ancient giant blood, and maybe that's the key to that fruit. And if that fruit is Kaido's fruit, we know his fruit is the fish fruit model Seiryu, so maybe, you know, they were doing the reference there of the fish that climbs the waterfall and becomes a dragon. We know that Wano's at the top of a waterfall, Kaido's a dragon and everything. But maybe you will just turn into a fish or whatever if you don't have ancient giant blood, and maybe you need ancient giant blood to become a dragon, and it was Kaido's fruit that Rox thought, but then Rox would know that Kaido also had ancient giant blood, so it's probably not that. Or I'm thinking it could be whatever fruit Loki ate, or it could even be the Gomu Gomu no Mi, because I feel like the Gomu Gomu no Mi could be the treasure. Maybe, you know, they're lying about Loki eating it and Loki didn't actually eat it, or he ate something else. But we saw somebody going in there after the treasure, and we know that Shanks was here during all of this, so there's always the chance that this could be where they steal the treasure. The treasure is the Gomu Gomu no Mi. Shanks tracks who's who down and takes it, and then it ends up with Luffy. This could be how it gets off of Wano if it was in Wano, because we know Wano's connected to all the Sun God Nika stuff. So there's the chance that that could be one of them. So I am excited to see what those 2 fruits could be. Again, potentially Luffy's fruit, potentially it's already on Elbaf, potentially Kaido's fruit has something to do with it. Maybe that's just in general one of the ones, because we know that Kaido could lift and move around islands. Maybe that's something that was important to whatever Rox's plan was the ability to lift and move around islands, and that's why Kaido's fruit was wanted. So there's always the chance. And then Onigashima was kind of a special thing. Maybe that's some sort of relation. But either way, also, okay, last part of the cooked or cooking segment. If we get an official Rox color scheme and his hair, because you know how he has the streaks, if the streaks are blue, I'm totally into it, because of course I mentioned before seeing all of the, like, Buggy is Rox's son and Blackbeard's brother, or maybe half-brother theories. I'm into it. Get Buggy in on Nepo piece. I am actually fully in if Buggy is Rox's kid. I would not be mad at that at all. I think that would be super fun. And there was one more thing I wanted to say, but I can't remember it now, so I guess let's just start reading. This is just going to be a long video because there was a bunch of discussion here. Oh yeah, just remembered. The one last thing, I was thinking back to the mural and how the first part of the mural, you know, in the first part of the Harley, the first world, was talking about them getting inner energy from deep within the earth, and the first part of the mural was definitely seemingly the first world. You had people going down into the earth and coming back out with what looked like light or fire, so that's probably the Mother Flame. The Mother Flame was just something they found underground in the One Piece world, and they maybe built their advanced civilization off of that before the first world was destroyed. And then when we have the second part of the mural, which I think is the second world, we see that Emmett is there as part of that group, and a bunch of people are like, oh, that's Final War. I don't think so. I think, you know, it's first world and second world. The third world's what's happening currently in One Piece. So I actually think, since we can definitely tell that one of the people in the, you know, left side of the mural fighting that group or whatever, since we can tell that one is Emmett, I think that's definitely, I've been saying since the beginning that it's Joy Boy's crew fighting against the original 20 founders or whatever. But I had just thought to myself, if we do, and I assume eventually we will actually get like Joy Boy flashbacks, when we do, I actually think we'll be able to look at Joy Boy's crew members and then look at that left part of the mural, because there's like one who was like a wolf guy looking guy, a Tantada, one with like shurikens, and one with a katana. So I think we'll maybe be able to like look at Joy Boy's crew and be like, oh, that's someone, that's someone. The only part that's, you know, not that great for me is there was nobody on the left side of that panel that looks like a giant elephant, and I've been, you know, kind of somewhat predicting this whole time that Zunisha was part of Joy Boy's crew, so I might be totally wrong on that, since the left side of the mural doesn't look so. But either way, let's finally see what I have on my bingo card, and then we can finally start reading. So, starting my card, I end up with any Straw Hat member. A little bit of a gamble there. Giant Child, that one should be good. Imusama, Zoan Transformation, Seraphim, Muma, Mosa Reveal, Food, new named character, God Knight, then Bounty Reveal, Vivi Wappler Morgans, Free Space, which we can click, Carrot Andor Zunisha, Blood Sweater Tears, King Harald or Ida. That, again, another one that's probably going to be easy. Thousand Sunny, Cross Guild, Strike Grand Fleet Representative, Revolutionary Yonko, Kid or Heart Pirates, New Name Devil Fruit, Named Attack, and Joy Boy or Nika mentioned. Given that I think this is going to focus a lot on Loki's upbringing, if that's the case, I probably don't have a good... I don't know if anybody will have a good card for it, just because it's probably such a specific sort of chapter. But either way, we start with 1157, the legendary bar. Are we going to find out whose grave this was? We've got Kiku, Boss Cho, and Yamato there. Page 1 and Ulti making a Kaido snowman in the background. I freaking love Ulti. She's so fun. Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 39. So insane. He died protecting the village from Kaido, leaving no trace of his body behind. I wonder who this was, because it was somebody born in the West Blue, right? And I feel like for us to have spent so many of the covers focusing on this, there's got to be some kind of connection there, right? So, don't know what that's going to be about. Okay, we're starting here. Foot Colony, Temple of the International Philanthropy Federation. Woohoo, this is a ton of loot. Let's haul it out. Okay, so we're starting with Rocks Pirates. I am wrong about us just focusing on Loki and stuff. Nice work. That's everything. We have Ochoku. Let's book it. Please stop. That money was donated for poor children in need. We got Ganzui in there. We see Zeus and Prometheus. Big Mom. Yeah, right. If that's true, why hasn't it been turned over? You were going to keep it, right? Hey, Ochoku. Hey, and we have Barbell. And then Don Marlin. Yeah, Oha. Lower the lift. We're still underground. Shut up already, Shiki. Oh, yeah. Totally forgot about him. And then tosses a bomb in. Chow. And we have Whitebeard, Kaido, and somebody else in there. Maybe Stussy? Gee, ha ha ha. This way the rest of us all get bigger cuts. Suckers. And then... Damn it, these bastards know everything about us. Isn't the army here yet? They're close, sir. We can't let them escape. Yes, Lord High Priest. Seal the temple. Yeah, these iron bars just sprung up. They're trying to trap us, eh? I'll bust through, out of the way. What? And then Big Mom notices something. The hell? Is the island sinking? Oh, and this looks like, Whitebeard's Devil Fruit. The effect that it has. No, this is... an earthquake. It's got to be his handiwork. Newgate. Okay, so Newgate already had this fruit. I was wondering, was somebody else going to have it here? And he didn't have the fruit yet, but no, he already had it here. Newgate. And they all go flying up into the air. The temple is... Then, I gotta admit, I'm a bit jealous. I can't do that, says Kaido. Interested in getting a power, huh? You'd better choose wisely if you seek one out. You'll be stuck with it for life. Good point. Who was it? Which one of you tried to ditch us down there? And I guess that was Kyo, actually, because of the axes. So he just does look smaller here in this form. Then, it figures it'd be you, Shiki. Oh, Kyo-kun, thank goodness you survived. I was so worried about you. Shiki's great here. What the hell are you all doing? Everybody move it. I'm gonna kill your ass. You at least kept the treasure safe, right? Of course. Hey, Rox, look at the shore, and we have John. It's the Navy. Whoa-ha-ha. New challengers have shown up. Hey, knock it off with the infighting. This ain't the time. We should have been getting ready to ship off. The Marines are everywhere. That was fast. Did someone leak our plans? Screw it. No point prepping to sail now. Get ready to fight. And this guy we're seeing looks familiar. He looks like, one of the guys... Is it... Doberman? I don't remember. He looks like one of the guys we usually see, but this would have been pretty long ago, so this guy'd be really old by now. Plunder everything and sink 'em all. And we have a shot that looks a lot like the first shot we saw of Rox's face. In a mere 2 years since their formation, the records of the Rox crew spoke for itself. 16 documented raids, 76 sunken ships. Sorry, I just wanted to look back at something. Okay, moving on now. Then, 14 ports reduced to ash, 5 towns wiped off the map, 1 nation brought to ruin, 3 unprecedented violations of Article 18 of international law, and 25 criminal records quietly erased. Even with the future pirate king Goldie Roger sailing the seas, it would not be an overstatement to refer to this period as the era of Rox. And now we see Enishi New World. What are you doing? Leave this place at once, Harald. All non-affiliated nations are considered lawless territories. Don't concern yourself with the humans living here. They have no rights. That's messed up. The world government can't just decree everything like that, and we're seeing him start to look older here. Let them go. This country gave aid to Elbaf during our famine out of the kindness of their hearts. They're our friends, our saviors. And we have, it looks like Cypherpole agents are probably destroying the place, and they're saying Harald can't help because they're not affiliated. King Harald, help us. We're not leaving without repaying our debts. Harald, you understand that Elbaf is under consideration for becoming a member nation, correct? Intervening to help us would be one thing, but you'll only hurt your membership bid if you intervene on behalf of a non-affiliated country. So stay out of the way, Harald. And then he shoots one of the women that's tied up. This guy's design's pretty cool. He reminds me of, like, a Golden Kamui character. You scum. You aren't human. King Harald? King Harald exposed. Elbaf monarchs. Sinks innocent battleship. Alliance with government revealed as a ploy. World Economic Journal headlines. If Morgans was alive back then, still pushing the fake news. Then Ida's Tavern or Ida's Tavern, Elbaf. Vo ha ha ha. You see, that's the government for you. Let's drink at the castle, Harald. Don't be dumb. I'm not letting a man with a reputation as bad as yours come into the mainland. Your whole nation should be joining up with me. Come on, Harald, give it up. I can't stand seeing you grovel to the government anymore. Okay, before we continue, since we're getting a scene change, let me see what we have here. So, Giant Child, we're about to see one. I can kind of see with the panels coming up. Any Straw member? No. No Imusama or Zoan transformation that I can think of yet. I might be forgetting things. Food we're probably about to have, aren't we? I think they're going to be eating. New named characters. I don't think we have any of those yet, right? No, because we didn't see the Cypherpole guy's name or anything. Blood, Sweat, or Tears, Kyo was bleeding earlier. Then, I don't know why I'm focusing so much. I'm probably not getting anything. We got Harald, and we're about to get Ida. Then, no named attacks? Yeah. Yonko, because we get future Yonko at least. No new name Devil Fruit. Well, that's that for now. So, now we see sooner or later, Elbaf will become a member of the world government. Did you think shaving your head was a sign of good faith? Is that a cultural thing you got from somewhere? Vo ha ha ha. Garp laughed at me too. Garp? That guy hates the top brass. He'd also be better off as a pirate. They're a massive organization. Sure, they have corrupt trash in their ranks, but the Navy's a fine army. The average Marine helps save people on a day-to-day basis. And this sounds a lot like what Vegapunk was saying last arc, where it's like there are good and bad people in in and out of the world government. Some of them already come from Elbaf, like John Giant. John Giant mentioned in 2025. If more of our country's warriors followed suit, they could use their boundless strength to really make a difference for people everywhere. Now that's terrifying. Why don't you talk some sense into him, Ida? And yeah, it kind of makes sense. It is terrifying. Like, imagine the world government just controlling giants, like what Emu wants to do in the present day here. I wish I could. If Harold was my son, I'd tell him, you should choose your friends wisely. Hey, don't take shots at me. And we've got... Okay, so the lady working at the bar, I looked up the name after last week's chapter, I think it was. I forget what their name was. But when the little girl's name was mentioned, I was like, I don't think I've heard that name before. But they were the one who works at the bar in the present time. And we see her as a little girl with Loki and Hyrodine. Navy HQ. If a giant were to roll over in their sleep, people could be crushed to death. If one just loses their temper, lives could be lost. Do you really think humans can coexist with such creatures? That's the gist of what they told me. They really said all that? Yep. They're fine letting him join the Navy, but that's all, huh? And we see Vice Admiral Garp, Luffy's grandpa. Harold is an honest man. He's trying to learn from history and change Elbaf. Vice Admiral Sengoku, future fleet admiral. There's rumors he's being scouted by Rocks. If that's true, the Navy might not be able to stand against them. Vice Admiral Otsuru, future Great Staff Officer. Then, you make good points, but it is what it is. Damn it, we're really stuck between a rock and a hard place now. Admiral Kong, future Commander-in-Chief. And it's so funny, everybody jokes about Kong never doing anything or being anywhere ever. And here he is. You know, I feel like this is going to get memed. It is what it is. Like, that is, everybody else has, like, their lazy justice, blind justice, absolute justice. His is just, it is what it is justice. You still can't deny their wild and violent track record. That's exactly the kind of strength I'm after, Kong. Just hurry and make Elbaf a member nation already. If it were up to me, it wouldn't be an issue. 42 years ago, Hachinosu. This is huge. This is really huge. This is big news. Shakuyaku is quit as captain of the Kuja Pirates. Another theory I forgot in the intro to bring up is Luffy's mom being Tritoma. I'm totally into that too. I think that's good because her and Dragon are around the same age. We could find out that the whole lovesickness stuff was maybe real, or maybe it's an excuse for trying to hide Luffy's birth and stuff. Really good stuff, potentially, that you could do there, and it ties Luffy back in more to Amazon Lily. So we have Shakuyaku is quit as captain of the Kuja Pirates. What? That means there's no chance we'll run into her at sea anymore. So, what happens here? How long ago was this? 42 years ago. Does Tritoma become new captain that long ago? Like, she would still be really young, right? It can't be. I set sail because I dreamed of being attacked by Shakuyaku's Kuja Pirates. This guy on his knees. I love this guy. Damn it, we've wasted our youth. Shaki-chan! What are you up to, Shaki? Do you reckon she quit so she could chase after a man like you did, Gloriosa? And we see Gloriosa's now with Big Mom. And we have little baby Katakuri in oven. And I'm assuming that's Daifuku there too. Will we get little Perorerorin? Will we get Perospero? Because that looks like those, because they're triplets, aren't they? Oven, Katakuri, and Daifuku are triplets, aren't they? Like you know anything about the pain of love. You crank out kids like popcorn. Oh, sorry. Does love always lead to ruin on the Isle of Women? Honestly. Anyway, I honestly can't imagine her getting lovesick. So Gloriosa left to chase after a man. I thought the man was going to be Roger, but oh, I guess it is still Roger. I'd never forgive her if she went after Roger. So she left because she wants to be with Roger, and is at this point part of the Rocks Pirates. It's always Shaki this and Shaki that. At least you've only got eyes for me, right, Newgate? I've never been in love with you. I actually love Newgate and Stussy. What did you just say? I'm the popular sensation Miss Bucking. Isn't that enough? No, I won't. And then, ain't that enough? No, I want you. No, wait, something crazy's happening. What's wrong? It's the Kuja pirates. Huh? They're coming toward the coast. What? In Pirate Island's history, this incident is said to rank among the greatest, even with all that was yet to come. So this incident is crazier than the Rocky Port incident, then? Or Kobe punching an arm off it? Take care, Captain. It's a goddess. I can die happy. Thanks for the ride, Tritoma. This'll do. Yes, ma'am. So this is Pirate Island. The arrival of the world's most beautiful idol caused a commotion in this hive of murderous fiends. What brings you here, ma'am? This land is too filthy for you. You mustn't go any further. I love the Sips. Tears blur my vision, yet her light still blinds me. Is she real or am I dreaming? So pretty. A knockout. What a babe. Then, wait a minute. Are you joining the Rocks crew like Gloriosa? And I wonder, this guy looks like he has lumps on his head. Is he the one that is the father of all the lump-on-head children that Big Mom has? Like, I saw some people trying to find random pirates in the background, trying to be like, are these this person's father or that person's father? Then, no, I just want to live here for a while. What? Quitting won't matter to the Marines. They'll always be after me, since I was a pirate. So I'm going to hide out here for a while with all of you. You'll protect me, right? Of course we will. This place smells. We'll clean it up right away. I want to open a store. We'll build one for you. Let's grow some flowers for her. Hey, what's all the noise? And we have Rox here with some of his crewmates. Why are you rats making such a racket? The Rox crew's back. This is bad. So we see he has Marlin with him, Whitebeard, that's either John or Shiki. I think maybe Shiki because of the hair. And then Kyo in his smaller form. We still haven't gotten like a clear, good shot of Kyo's smaller form. I don't feel like. Then don't blame her, Captain Rox. This was our doing. What's she doing here? And they tricked us by thinking, oh, it's going to be Ida's bar. But instead, it's Shaki's bar. The pirate island of Hachinosu was abuzz with excitement. Shaki's rip-off bar had finally opened. They say the wait just to get in would take over a month. What the hell is this? And we have her in this sexy barmaid outfit. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you. You'll be my first customers. Would you like a drink? Shakuyaku was like a flower blooming in a dry wasteland. Her very presence enriched the island. Another break next week? And we have the hearts popping out of Newgate, John, Rox himself, Marlin. I think that's heart eyes as well for Kyo and Chiki. And I think the onomatopoeia is covering over Ganzui. The inhabitants of Hachinosu came to covet her as a treasure, an irreplaceable crown jewel. Unfortunately, a treasure is always the inevitable target of theft. I just can't open it. I'll give you a hand. This place smells great, and everyone's simping. Room of Authority, Mary Wa. This is crazy. Very well. Relay this to Harald. We shall accept Elbaf's admission into the world government on one condition. They're gonna say the warriors of Elbaf have to attack Hachinosu, yeah? The warriors of Elbaf must kill Rox. That's what it will take for Harald to gain admission. Man. Very cool stuff. And I'm trying to see if it does just look like the same set of Gorosei. And honestly, not all of the silhouettes look quite the same. So I wonder if there were some different Gorosei at this point. Because this would still be before the Kuma flashback by a good little bit. So yeah, I wonder if there were any different Gorosei back then. Because the only one we really see the face here of is Mars. This chapter was, again, not what I expected. We are just in Rox Piece. We are just completely ignoring everything else in the present time right now and fully just throwing ourselves into this flashback. It felt like, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't as packed full of important information, but it was just fun. I love seeing just more of these characters do things in their younger days. Like, it's so good. Alright. And we have the birth of the ripoff bar. Okay. Really cool stuff. And again, to me, Rox just doesn't feel like all that bad of a guy. Like, they were attacking a place that seemed like it was a charity place, but also it seemed like they were just stealing the money. Of course, they are like real pirates. They are rogues, but they don't seem like just downright evil, you know? Like, with all the crimes they've committed and everything, because we know that, you know, on the other side, there's just a bunch of, like, evil world government people. And oh my god, that last panel of Shaki and everything is insane. So yeah, extremely good. Incredibly good once again. Like, this was amazing. But honestly, I don't think I have anything more on the bingo card. Yeah, none of this stuff, I don't think. We saw food somewhere along the way. They were at the bar. Maybe we didn't, and I'm clicking it when I shouldn't, but it's just not gonna matter. There's no way I'm filling in this stuff. I don't think we got a named attack. I don't think. So yeah, you know, nothing more as far as the bingo goes. But that was just so much fun. It was different, but it was fun. Oh my god. I love this flashback stuff. Okay, so I hope we get to continue to see more next time. We might, again, be getting into some crazy stuff. We still don't know how things are going to go. I mean, I guess we know that Elbaf doesn't end up being a part of the world government. So I guess he doesn't kill Rox. Rox is apparently taken down at the God Valley incident. This is still all before God Valley. Then, yeah, so I guess with the things we know, we kind of know at least a little bit about how things are going to go with Harald and Rox. And then, yeah, what's going to go on with Shaki? How does she end up with Rayleigh and at Sabati and everything? Though again, I feel like that probably happens after Roger makes his, like, journey that was, what, 22 to 24 years ago, when he made the full journey and found Laughdale and everything. After that is probably when they moved there, because it seems like the Roger pirates are kind of in somewhat strategic locations, where you've got Crocus at the entrance to the Grand Line, then Rayleigh at the entrance to the New World, and then Scopper here at Elbaf. So it seems, you know, Scopper's maybe a little bit different, given that he's here for personal reasons mostly, it seems. And also, you're not necessarily guaranteed to get to Elbaf if you're just going around the world. So I am just pretty curious about where the rest of this flashback goes. Either way, though, I'll end things here. I don't think there's too much more to discuss. If so, I'll just talk about it next chapter, or maybe do a discussion video or something. Crazy. We had, you know, a break week and a chapter, a break week and a chapter, and now we're having another break week before the next chapter. But either way, I'll end things here. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of the chapter, my first thoughts and reactions. Subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you want to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's very appreciated. Or if you want to help support the channel and also get your name at the end of videos, and also get these One Piece videos whenever I read the scans, you can get these videos early. Just by hitting join down below to become a member, going to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons, to Chosen Regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, FR Nono, sorry, I'm so used to it. Magical Girls, JA and the D-Band, Jeritan Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pater DL, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. And also, just still thanks to FR Nono for all of the support over all of the time that they've supported. So thank you all, and thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.